All right. Well, I'm using a new app this time. I usually use chess.com. This is called Take Take Take. All one word, 3 times. Take Take Take. It's a pretty cool app. I like it. It lets me review my game for free every time. On chess.com, I can review it like once a day. But then every other game that I want to review, they want me to pay for it. And I don't want to pay for it. So, but Take Take Take. I think they partner. I read they partner with Lichess, Lichess. I don't know. But anyway, so you see down here. I don't want to tap it because it'll take me there. But down there, you see they have uh, all your moves, your blunders, or everyone's blunder, both sides, and they tell you what you did here. And I guess these are like badges or something. I don't really know. My rating is pretty bad over here right now. It kind of gives you a rundown of how the game went. But what I like is that it gives you this is the game review, and it gives it, you can do it on every game, no matter what. You don't have to pay for it, and so I think it's pretty cool. So I started as black here. I chose this one because I was wanting to do it the other day. This is when that actually went down to a checkmate, and thankfully it was me that checkmated him and not him that checkmated me. But anyway, let's get to this. So he makes that move, pushes they call it the king's pawn. I almost always just mirror that, at least that move. He pushed that. Sometimes I will do this knight that he was pointing at, this computer's pointing at to here. See, and he'll let you make the move and kind of see what was going to happen. But obviously I didn't do that. I actually did this. And so, and it tells you what his best move was going to be. And so you kind of can learn what to look out for. And so that's pretty good. I like that. But he didn't do that. He did that over there. And I brought my bishop out. And so I don't really have a reason for that. I was going to bring it out and try to pin it here. Pin the knight. But then I realized that wasn't there. But I wanted to get this out to develop. You know what? Actually, like I said, I go over these after playing them. I don't go over them beforehand. I don't practice this. So I decided to go back to the London system. It's one that I had been kind of working on for a little while, and then I kind of left it and started playing around with like the King's Gambit, Queen's Gambit, stuff like that. But now I went back to the London system, and I'm trying to really work on that, so at least have something solid. And so I think that's what that is. That's the London system. He moved forward to now they're saying that was a bad move for him, but he forked them, right? And so it allows him to open up a line here for that bishop to come down here on the left side to, was that G6 or G5? And so I move here. It says it's a bad move. I did it because now he moved that up. I wanted to pin that knight. That's what I was talking about pinning the knight. That's why I moved it up. But it didn't like that. And that was okay. I expected that. And I expected that. It says that's a really good move. And so this will kind of tell you. White kicks the bishop away while cleverly shutting down its pressure on a c3 knight. This pawn push isn't just defensive, as it sets the stage for bishop to g5 to potentially trap my queen. And that's true. I didn't see that during the game. He can move his bishop there and would trap my queen. I'd have to put the knight in front or something like that. But I move back, and he doesn't do that. He just takes that, which is fine. So I move that up. I was kind of hoping he would do an in passing attack there, so I can use my queen and take him. And then maybe we could do a queen swap. I tend to like to do that once I try to get the opener, and then once the opener is done, I try and figure out a way I can do as much damage with my queen and then get a queen swap. I seem to do decently after I can get a good queen swap. But he takes it with that instead. So I come up here and I pin the knight to the queen. And I think he just does the same thing on... Oh, no, he goes over here. And I see him getting ready to try and fork something. You know, I did not see the queen swap here because I was busy looking over here at the bishop. Else I would have taken it immediately. I'm okay with the queen swap. I would have rushed up there and got his queen immediately. But he didn't. I didn't see it because I was busy over here looking at the bishop. So I took his pawn. All right, I used my pawn and took his knight. He moved up. And see, he does. That's what I was saying. He does the same thing over here as he did over there. Kind of kept himself from being able to castle. That's kind of, you know, it's kind of these engines never like those when I move that bishop up there and I make him pull those 2 pawns out to back me up. But I don't know. It doesn't seem to be all that bad. And it keeps him from being able to castle. Or if he's already castled, it exposes him. And so, I don't know. I don't know if it's good or not. But... And so he moves that forward. I don't know why. And I didn't even see this attack here. Where it's talking about taking that knight. I didn't see that in the game, I don't think. I think I take his queen. Oh no, I come up here. And I take that. Oh, because I'm trying to get his rook over here. I know you can't see that. But get his rook over there. He just moves that guy up. I could still, again, take the knight here and put him in check. But I don't do that. Instead, I take the queen. It doesn't like that. It never likes it. It almost never likes it when I take the queen and just go for a queen swap. But, so he takes it with the king. See, I could have moved over here and castled, and it would have immediately put him in check. I should have done that. That was the best move. But I went here to put him in check and didn't even think about the knight being there because I was thinking I was forking him, the king and the rook, and I didn't even think about the knight being there. He just takes it with the knight. And so then I move that over to put him into check. See, I thought I should have moved there. I put him in check. He moves the knight in front of it. So I just take his, because he was protecting that pawn, but now he's not. And so I take it. His next move is to put me in check right there. I just move up and block him. He takes it. I just take him back. I'm not sure why he did that. Maybe he just didn't want to waste his time. He moves over. We got a long ways to go. This was a long game. We just do a couple of takesies. And that was a stupid move. Once I did it, I realized what I had done. What my thought process was, I was trying to protect this pawn right here. And I completely spaced that he could just attack me there too. Right? I should have gone up one more if I was going to move my castle. But he does take it. And I take him with the pawn. And so now I'm down a lot, I think, as far as material goes. I move him up so that if he takes that, I can take it with my rook. And then boom, up here and put him into check. He takes him. I take him. I'm not sure why he took him. I wouldn't have if I was him. But he did. Then a few more moves. I put him in a check. Put him in check. I just kind of chase check every now and then. I don't know why he does that. I take him. I put him in check. Again, I'm just chasing check right now because I don't remember what time we're getting down to, but... And so, it says this was a really good move. I noticed that pawn was no longer guarded. And so, I snagged up the pawn and just forced him to move his rook. And then, it really liked this next move that I make here in a second. That one. It thought that was a brilliant move. Now I see now, looking at the you can see down here in the timeline what the moves it thinks are going to be good. So I can tell at some point here in a second. So it thinks that I can see now why it was a good move. Why they thought it was brilliant because I was sacrificing my knight. I wasn't really looking at it like sacrificing my knight. I was just trying to take the rook. But he didn't take the sacrifice anyway, Because he would have taken it, I would have taken his rook, and I'd been up a rook. He just moved the rook over. I move out to put him in check. He moves down. I move out. As I said, I'm just chasing checks. And then I think at some point I realized, oh, I need to start getting the pawns up. Instead of getting this guy out of the way, I just start running with the pawns. He takes that one with the bishop. I take his bishop with my rook. And now this is where I usually fumble. This is where I'm usually not very good. Usually when it comes down to something like this where it's just one or two pawns and like just a rook or something, I tend to mess up. But this one here, I'm sure there were better moves, but I feel like I did a pretty good job from what I remember. So I put him in check. He's going to move up there. So I just move up one because now he's protected by the king. I move my pawn up there because he can't take it without getting taken by the rook. I think he goes over there trying to try and take that. But he can't because of my rook. So that says that was a really good move. And so it's because I'm going to take him, so he has to move him out of the way. He moves him way over there. I get the queen. Boom. And I take him. And then he moves over here. And I just move my king until I can take his pawn. And now it's essentially game over. Boom, 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 boom. Now, there may have been faster ways to do that. It took me 12 minutes just to go over this. But, anyway, that was one of my games. I like this app a lot better. Take is what it's called. My name on there is the same as is on the YouTube and TikTok. Giles, GMOB. I'll probably change that at some point. GMOB stands for Grandmaster or Bust. It's kind of a funny thing. I know I'm not going to ever be a Grandmaster, but it's kind of a funny thing I was gonna do. But anyway, there it is. And I like it because it does tell you every step of the way what you could be doing, you know. Anyway, y'all have a good day.